Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, and we are here tonight to rock you like a hurricane. Yes, it's time for the Scorpions. This is their new live album released. 19 tracks in total. It's titled Coming Home Live. This was released on December the 5th, 2025, so about 3 weeks ago. Recorded in Hanover, Germany on July 5th, 2025. It's about an hour and 30 minutes, 90 minutes long, I guess, is maybe you want to call it. So it's a double album, double CD. Very good. Like it a lot. On the RCA label, Arola, East and West, Harvest EMI, Vertigo, Mercury, EMI Classics, and Sony, all releasing stuff. I don't know what the disc is here, though. Let me see. I'll tell you in a second. It's on one of them, that's for sure. It does not say, so maybe it's covering them all, I guess. Doesn't even say it on the album cover anywhere. Different. Okay, anyways, the band, of course, the Scorpions, founding members Rudolf Schenker and Klaus Meine on this album. Rudolf Schenker on rhythm guitar and lead guitar. Klaus Meine doing lead vocals. You got Mickey D, Swedish drummer here. Did Mickey D? He played with somebody before that. That's drawing a blank. He maybe come to me after. So Matthias Jabs here on lead and rhythm guitars as well, and Powell Masawanda on bass, a Polish bass player. So really, I found this to be high energy, lots of energy here. Very beefy guitar riffs. The guitars are very forward on this album. That's what you want if you're a metal band, right? You want your guitars front and center. Very catchy tracks, lots of catchy stuff here. And very emotional. This is a very strong emotional attachment. You could feel it in the energy from the album. So there are 19 tracks in total on this. I'm not going to go through all of them. Just going to kind of lump them into groups. That's what I'm going to do. So the first opening part of the album, which goes down to the first 6 tracks, you've got the opening 30 seconds, which they announced the 60th anniversary tour by the band. Opening announcements, that's what it is. And you got like 5 tracks in a row, which are all pretty catchy, crushing metal sound, heavy guitar riffing, lots of beefy riffing, lots of great solos here, very metallic sounding opening 5 or 6 tracks here. I like them all quite a bit. Most of the stuff I've either heard before or had some inkling that I've heard it before. The song "The Zoo," which is the 5th track on the album, is good, but it kind of drags a bit. It's a little bit long, and there's a little bit of a draggy part at the end of it. Other than that, the rest of them sound really good. There's no vocals on Coast to Coast either. So the other 3 tracks are "Coming Home," "Gas in the Tank," and Make It Real. All strong tracks. All of these tracks are pretty strong. Then you got your medley part that they do on the 7th track. I guess it's considered a 70s medley. This is some hard rockers, basically during that early period of the band before they became a kind of commercial sounding metal band. They were more of a bluesy kind of hard rocking band before that, with the Uli John Roth era, and the first album, of course, Lonesome Crow. So they did 2 or 3 tracks in a medley here, which was really well done. I thought it was quite good. It got better as it went along too. Lots of whiny guitar solos, which is common for this type of stuff. Then you've got a couple of tracks right after that, Bad Boys Running Wild and Delicate Dance, which I thought were really good. Both beefy, heavy, lots of guitar soloing, lots of forward hooks, lots of everything that you like this band to do. There's a little bit of a slow melodic part in Delicate Dance, but it's not overly dominant. So I'm going to go on to the back tracks now. Send Me an Angel. This is kind of a ballad. It's the last track on the first CD. It kind of ends with a ballad. It's kind of funny. I'm not really a big fan of ballads, as you know. To end a song and end the first half of an album that way, it's kind of weird. But you know what? It's a decent ballad by ballad standards. Next up is the second album, which opens up with Winds of Change. It's always been one of my favorite of their tracks. Really slow, melodic. It's got a little bit of a ballad toned down part to it, but it does pick up as it goes along, gets heavier and stronger. And there's that little whistling part that they do is really good. I think Klaus's voice is the best on this particular track as well. Loving You, Sunday Morning, another melodic, up-tempo track, kind of heavy, beefy guitar parts. Not the vocals are strong again. You could say that for most of the tracks, though. I'm Leaving You. I like this track because it's a little bit more up-tempo, a little bit faster paced. Solos are good. It's a catchy riff, catchy beat, this track. Then you got New Visions, which is basically just a drum solo for Mickey. He does a drum solo part starts out with the bass accompanying him, and then he goes off onto his own. Pretty decent, not bad. Next is Tease Me, Please Me. Another fast-paced, up-tempo guitar riff here. Vocals are strong. This is a good song. Then you got your last four tracks, which I think are really good. Starts out with Big City Nights. This has always been one of my favorite of the 80s kind of metal, commercial metal sounding era. It's always been one of my favorite. Nice up-tempo, catchy track. Lots of hooks. Really beefy, catchy all around this song. One of my top two favorites on the album. Then Still Loving You is a little bit more of a sad ballad-like, even though it's kind of heavy. I wouldn't classify it as heavy. Maybe they might want to call this like a power pop type heavy power ballad. Maybe I don't know. Still definitely has that feel on it. It's quite good though. Then you finish off with their encores. They have two encores. The first one is Blackout. Yeah, it's okay. Typical Blackout sound to it. It's good, but definitely got that commercial sound to it. And then ends with Rock You Like a Hurricane, which is probably the best track on the album. And it's one of their best tracks all around. Ends off the album. Really catchy, up-tempo, multi-guitar attack here. Lots of hooks, lots of great singing. They kind of break it into one of them parts where they get the audience singing back. I've never been a big fan of that, so I kind of took it down a bit, but it's not too bad. But overall, strong album, a nice comeback album from them. I don't think they've done anything for a while, and the stuff that they've done in recent years, like going back into the 90s, has been very kind of commercially pop and a bit on the lame side, to be honest. So this was a nice, refreshing sound from them. Very reminiscent of their metal era time in the 80s. So that's my take on the album Coming Home Live by the Scorpions, a 2-disc set that came out on December 5th. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you get a chance, you can find this album on Bandcamp or on YouTube, anywhere, if you want to listen to it before you decide. But I'll tell you right now, it's well worth the money. So take care, have yourself a good evening, and goodbye here from the Prog Monster.